Ethereum has made a lot of millionaires over the last few years. It's also risen in value tremendously since its inception. With that said, it also seems to be dying, along with the rest of the cryptocurrency space. But is it dying, or is it just going into a period of hibernation, only to reawaken sometimes in the next few years and create the next phase of cryptocurrency millionaires? And if so, could you be one of them? That is what we are going to try and piece together in this video. This is day 16 of 100 Days of Finance, where the entire goal is to give you more personal finance education in 100 days than most people receive in their lifetime. As always, my name is Derek and I got my degree in finance, so you don't have to. Let's get right into the video. Now, I just want to be upfront and say this because there is so much bullshit out there. I don't have a crystal ball. I am not God, and I won't tell you that I can predict the future because I fucking can't. The point of this video is to make inferences based on data. That I can do. Like the great quote from Christopher Walken in Wedding Crashers: "We have no way of knowing what lays ahead for us in the future. All we can do is use the information at hand to make the best decision possible." So, let's try and do that. Now first, a brief summary. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency that has been in existence since 2015, and it's seen significant growth and adoption through the years. It's also become one of the most popular blockchain platforms, and at its peak had a market capitalization of over $500 billion. That is impressive, and there are several factors that made that happen. For one, Ethereum has a very strong developer community who's continuously working to improve the platform's functionality and expand its use cases. This thriving community has led to the creation of many decentralized applications, also known as dApps, and these run on the Ethereum blockchain. And since they run on the blockchain, they all have potential to drive up the demand for Ethereum if they are successful. So when you hold Ethereum, you are not necessarily holding it for its scarcity like you would Bitcoin. You are holding it more so because of the potential utility and the widespread adoption of apps that build on that blockchain. Now, another factor that makes Ethereum popular is the growth of the decentralized finance ecosystem. DeFi basically refers to a new financial system built on top of blockchain technology that is designed to be more accessible and transparent than the current traditional financial system. Now, hands down, Ethereum is the leading platform for this sector, even to this day. And Ethereum continues to go through upgrades, which improve the scalability of the platform as well as the transaction speeds, which are important and have been an issue in the past. Also, Ethereum is being adopted by some big players in the finance industry. For example, in February 2021, the European Investment Bank issued digital bonds using Ethereum's technology. That alone is a significant step forward to Ethereum's widespread adoption, and in a sense does show proof of concept. Of course, both of these things are needed for Ethereum to be able to continue rising in value. Now, I also want to give you my personal opinions on Ethereum as well as some of the negatives. So let's start with the negatives. The main negative is that Ethereum still currently moves together with the rest of the cryptocurrency market and moves very much in line with its bigger brother, Bitcoin. This makes it extremely volatile and not suitable for a majority investment in really anyone's portfolio. Not only that, there are some problems with Ethereum itself, the main one being that it is currently extremely expensive to use. The whole point or innovation that most people saw in crypto was that it was supposed to be easier to use, private, and cheaper than the traditional banking system. And Ethereum isn't really there just yet. But if you look at the pure utility instead, the picture and the future is much brighter. And I think for Ethereum specifically, most of its value comes from its utility, and naturally the apps that are being built on the platform as well. Okay, then why has Ethereum crashed alongside the rest of the cryptocurrency market? Well, a lot of people will use the recent crash and point fingers and say, you see, cryptocurrency is worthless. But is it? Or was the crash just a natural reaction to overvaluation? Which, remember, can be a symptom in any industry and in any company, even the companies that eventually become successful. And on top of that, the industry as a whole is, by all intents and purposes, still very, very young. And young industries are bound to be volatile. That should be expected. But why did it crash? Well, simply put, greed impatience, and the fear of missing out. You see, we humans are inherently impatient, and when it comes to potentially making money, we experience tremendous amounts of FOMO, fear of missing out. So because of those things and our human nature, people kept piling in, even when the valuations of these coins were ridiculous and unjustified for where the industry is at currently. Okay, but on the flip side, does that even matter? Investing in anything should be long-term. Short-term ups and downs should not matter. As Benjamin Graham once said, the market is the fellow who turns up at your door every single day of the week, offering to buy your shares or sell his shares at a different price every day. But in this scenario, if you know the true worth of what you have, you would just ignore him until the day that he comes around offering you what you believe in your heart is what it's worth. These principles were written for the stock market, but they apply here as well, which I suppose brings me to my personal opinions on Ethereum. I like Ethereum. I think it makes more sense than Bitcoin, kind of like Facebook to MySpace. Sometimes the first mover isn't always the best. But at the same time, I understand that I do not have a crystal ball. So I diversify, and I keep some of my money in Ethereum. Enough to make a difference if prices start moving up, but also not enough to ruin my life if prices go to zero. And I guess that approach is going to be different for different people. Some people believe in capital preservation above all else, and other people believe with 100% conviction in their ideas. And there are pros and cons to both ways of thinking. The first group never gets rich overnight, but also never becomes poor. The second group can very much get rich overnight, but can also very much become poor just as quickly. But I guess true investing isn't about either schools of thought. It is about combining both to accomplish your goals aligned with your level of risk tolerance. I think Ethereum has a future, so I am willing to put my money where my mouth is. At the same time, I realize that I cannot predict the future, so I don't put all of my money where my mouth is. I hope this video was fun and informative. I love this stuff, you guys. It's been my passion for over a decade, and I love to be able to share it with you. And I will continue to do so as we move through our journey of 100 days of finance. On tomorrow's video, we are going to cover a topic that gets more controversial by the day, and that is capitalism. Does it work for you? Or does it work against you? I guess you'll find out tomorrow. As always, my name is Derek and I got my degree in finance, so you don't have to. Feel free to subscribe and like the video if you want to follow along on this journey, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.